Hey everybody, Johnny B. Good here. Okay, we're gonna do something a little different today. Well, not so different that we haven't done it in the past, but I think the last time I did it, a lot of you responded with positive review, so we're gonna do it again. I guess some of you are kind of sick and tired of the highway view and the walkabouts, and I think most of you are probably still enjoying it, but there are a few that are sick of it, so we'll address the few in hope that we will please the majority in the process. Alright, we are located somewhere probably 30-40 miles east of Indianapolis. We are currently traveling on Interstate 70, mile marker 108. The next town that we're coming up to is Kingstown, Knightstown, 10 miles. So hang on to your seats. This is gonna get interesting. Now here's a load that many of us truck drivers have probably once or more than once probably dream about doing, at the very least curious about it. Those yard jockeys putting trailers like Walmart's or those big major companies out there. I don't know, it seems exciting, but I don't know if I could do it day in, day out. The many faces of the road warriors in America, the backbone of the economy, the truck drivers. Without trucks, America comes to a dead stop. Here's an idea. The government demands that every truck driver goes random drug screening in this country, right? Shouldn't we have the same demands for our elected politicians and leaders? I mean, after all, they have the bigger responsibility. You know, when a truck driver fails a drug test and has an accident, it destroys lives. But when a politician fails at his job, countless of families and lives and economy, in fact the whole country, would go to the basket. Come on, baby blue. Giddy up, baby blue, giddy up. right there, even though it's a Freightliner. Bad axe. Bad axe. I wonder how much those guys get paid. Hey Creep, your fifth wheel is flat. Ah, I'll take that white Charger, please. You can drop it off at JBG Travels, P.O. Box 1193, Sheboygan, Wisconsin 53082. I have never pulled a double before. I never even had the endorsement for it. It looks very complicated. I take it that guy is delivering that brand new truck somewhere and be driving his four-wheeler back home. Would you ever consider doing that? Driving throughout the United States, just camp out wherever you like? My wife wants me to do that. Now here's a company that my very first company to work for as a truck driver back in 1981. 91, holy smokies. CRST, Cedar Rapids Steels Transport. And here's another company I used to work for. It only lasted 8 months, but JB Hunt. Mr. JD. I was out of the Houston, Texas terminal. Here's another interesting truck driving job. I wonder what they haul on those things. What, sand or some kind of a powder? Maybe flour, maybe? Food products? Who knows? I wonder if you could If you could work one aspect of trucking industry for a year at a time, flatbed 1 year, reefer 1 year, dry box 1 year, heavy hauling 1 year, tankers 1 year, so on and so on. Here's a very anxious four-wheeler. He's got a bug up his butt. He's got to pass. Then he gets in front of me. And of course, he gets backed over. How do you pronounce that? Hellwig? Hellwig? What is that? German, maybe? Hey everybody, welcome to we're somewhere near Richmond. Actually, we are in Richmond, Indiana. We're about a mile away, 2 miles from the Ohio state line. Here's another one of those dedicated professional truck drivers, road warriors of America, working hard to keep the economy going, while the other half are receiving it free. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I think if I was a politician, I'd be a really bad one at it. Okay, we've got a bypass here in the Ohio state scale. Yeah, that's because they're closed, so that's good. Welcome to Ohio. Behind you is that was the Ohio state scale plus the arch thing. All right, what do we have next? We have another Road Warriors of America. No decals on the trailer, so who could it be? Who could it be? Ocean Transport Express. Have you thanked a truck driver today? And here's our next road warrior for today. Driven company called Dandy Express out of Warrendale, PA. Have yourself a dandy day. Just doing dandy. Alright, here we go. The next road warrior faces in the crowd is a doubles and triples company called ACT. Make sure you give him a thumbs up and a salute for doing his hard work for keeping the economy in the United States going. For without a truck driver like him, we would literally be sowing leaves for underwears. Everything you do, everything you touch is hauled by truck drivers like that guy over there, and by trucks like Baby Blue. Alright, our next hero road warrior is a flatbed driver, TMC, with a beautiful black Peterbilt. Driver like that, you wouldn't have a roof over your head without him. Let's give him a salute. That was a nice car, right? Alright, here we go. Another one of our Road Warriors hero, driven by Trans Am out of Olathe, Kansas, which I used to run quite a bit through. And here's another one, Heartland Express, out of Iowa City, Iowa. That's what you call professional truck drivers. Inside that box could be many, many things. Electronics, toilet paper. Can you imagine without toilet paper? The toilet paper cowboy. There you go. Here's something that looks back in 1930s and 60s. Kind of look like a spaceship, doesn't it? Alright, here's our next hero, Road Warrior hero. Doubles and Triples by Old Dominion. Guy's a bald eagle, but still trucking. That's all that matters, right? I wonder what they haul on those things. Mike's Trucking, or those local heroes, road heroes of Ohio. Now here's a job that I don't think I could ever do. School bus trucking. Can you imagine having all that kind of kids? That drive me nuts. Here's another one of those road warriors. So without them, we'd be thirsty all the time. I'm more like a Sprite guy, but yeah. Alright, next up, our Road Warrior professional truck driver is FedEx. Delivering your precious mail from Amazon's, and no, Amazon is by UPS, right? Yeah, never mind. Alright, our next Road Warrior hero is a heavy hauler. Man, that's a big bulldozer. Goldie something. The Earth Movers. Now those, you got to be a professional truck driver to do those. I disqualify. road warrior hero is Matheson, who seems to be kind of wobbling. I think he or she is hauling mail. Now here's the dirty job, but somebody has to do it. Hauling garbage. Without those guys, we'd all stink up the place. Right? Which brings me back to a story I told a while ago about the human body parts. The eye says, without me you are blind. Well, the brain says, without me you can't think. The hand says, well, without me you can't, eat. Every body part said something about so important that they elevated their status and the importance of the role that they bring in life. And of course, the last that said, well, I have a dirty job, but without me you'd all stink up. You would die. And that was the butthole. It says, yep, I'm dirty. Nobody wants to talk about me. Nobody wants to talk to me. But without me, you guys are just full of poop. Peace. Okay, our next road warrior hero is J.B. Hunt. Working hard to bring those bacons home. DCS dedicated. Another faces of the professionals on the road. Thomas E. Keller Trucking. ITDS. Truckway. Here comes another J.B. Hunt. What does a J.B. Hunt truck driver look like? It looks like that. Next up is Old Dominion Freightliner, doubles and triples. I like the way they do their designs and painting. Quite interesting. We have ourselves another doubles and triples by YRC, Yellow Roadway Freight, which they have merged. Our next road warrior hero is Crete out of Nebraska. Oh, a female driver. They should have more female drivers. Our next hero road warrior today is by ABF, doubles and triples. I don't see them much around anymore. They used to be quite bigger than what they are now. I guess they had to downsize just like everybody else. Okay, our next contestant, Road Warrior Hero, is a beautiful, beautiful truck. What was that? A KW? Some kind of a paving equipment. Here's a flatbed, which I have done for 8 months, driving for WOMCO, WOMCO, out of Ben Wheeler, Texas. Why did you quit, Johnny? Be good? Well, because I was foolish enough to use my foot to tie down the tow bar, and it slipped my foot and hit me in the belly and said hello to said hello to my groin and said hello, and I said goodbye. Yeah, I was too young to lose my manhood at that point. Next up is Walmart, Sam's Club Trucking. From what I heard, these guys get paid a lot. But I also have heard that their reputation for taking care of their own drivers is dwindling. They're not as well, their reputation is not as it used to be. I don't know how true that is. Supposedly a lot of Walmart truck drivers are quitting left and right. As I said, that's just speculation from other drivers that I've heard. Our next contestant is Dairy Pure. Literally, without these guys, your kids would go hungry. And hungry kids, what do? They cry a lot. So without those guys, yeah, there'd be a lot of crybabies out there. Our next contestant, oh, these guys are very important. They haul residual waste and oh boy, hazmat. They haul those dangerous chemicals, even explosives. Hey everybody, Johnny here. Welcome to Columbus, Ohio. Isn't that like a uniform company, something? Well, I suppose you guys could consider these guys road warriors. They haul people. They live their life on the road, just like everybody else. Why not? Here's a little truck. I would imagine you need a brake endorsement with these. I would imagine these are air brakes, right? I don't know if you need a CDL with those things or not. imagine they put in a lot of long hours. Are they regulated by the number of hours they can work in a day? Probably not, right? Next up is a truck driver by Indy Freight. Road Warriors of Indianapolis, or Indiana. Here's another one. Provia door. Windows and doors. Next up is a double and triple. The second ABF trucking we see today. Hello, Mr. Professional Truck Driver.